You can't expect to create a new reality with the same mind that created your current one. To become the conscious creator of your life, you need to let go of the old self and cultivate a new way of being. The science of creating your own reality goes far beyond abstract or philosophical concepts. It's a concrete process where science and spirituality meet to reveal that we, as human beings, have the power to shape and transform our life experiences. However, many of us remain trapped in old patterns, limited by beliefs and habits that prevent us from reaching the true potential of our consciousness. The key to creating a new reality lies in freeing ourselves from this old self, this identity that limits our possibilities. Let's start by understanding how our thoughts shape our reality. Science has shown that the human brain is a powerful tool for creation. Every thought you have, whether conscious or unconscious, triggers a series of biochemical reactions that generate feelings and emotions. These feelings are then translated into behaviors and eventually into tangible results in the outside world. In other words, your thoughts and emotions form a cycle that defines your reality. The problem is that most people don't choose their thoughts consciously. They operate from past memories and conditioning, repeating the same thoughts and behavior patterns day after day. As a result, they continually experience the same situations, feeling stuck in a reality that seems unchangeable. That's why, to create a new life, it's necessary to break this cycle. Each time you consciously choose new thoughts and emotions, you're effectively reshaping your brain and your energetic field. Neuroscience shows that the brain is malleable, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. This means that, with practice and intention, you can alter neural pathways and change the way you perceive and react to the world. When you change these neural patterns, you create a new identity, and from this new identity, you begin to attract experiences that align with it. The power of neuroplasticity gives us the ability to literally become the architects of our lives. So why not start today? However, becoming a conscious creator requires more than just positive thinking. To create a new reality, we need to free ourselves from the bonds of the past, from emotional conditioning and limiting beliefs that keep us in the same cycle. This is where the importance of letting go of the old self comes in. This old self is the set of thoughts, emotions, and attitudes that have been repeated so often they've become automatic. You might see yourself as someone who responds predictably to certain stimuli. If something negative happens, you respond with anxiety. If things don't go as planned, frustration takes over. But this old self doesn't have to define your future. It's simply a product of the past. Every time you feed these emotions and behaviors, you reinforce the identity of the old self and recreate the same reality. But when you break this pattern, when you stop reacting the same way, you take the first step toward becoming the creator of a new version of yourself. It requires courage, patience, and discipline, but it's a liberating and transformative process. One of the greatest obstacles to freeing ourselves from the old self is emotional attachment. Negative emotions, as uncomfortable as they are, offer a false sense of familiarity and security. This is why it's often difficult to escape a negative emotional state, like anxiety, anger, or sadness. These feelings, no matter how much they make us suffer, have become part of our identity. But true human power lies in overcoming these emotional limits. To do this, we need to change our internal state, redefine our relationship with these emotions, and practice a new way of being. To free yourself from the old self, it's necessary to observe the impact of emotions on your body. Science shows that intense emotions trigger chemical responses in our system, which are stored as cellular memories. For example, when we go through a stressful situation, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These substances create a sense of alertness in the body, putting it into survival mode. Over time, if we remain in a state of chronic stress, the body starts to adapt to this state, becoming addicted to these substances. When we're stuck in a cycle of stress, fear, or any other recurring negative emotion, our body lives in the past. It reacts as if it's trapped in a situation that is already past, but is still relived by the old self. This is exactly what prevents a new reality from emerging. To change, we need not only to change our thoughts, but also to release the body from past emotions, giving it the freedom to experience a new future. How do we do this? Through the practice of presence. Being present is more than an abstract concept. It's a state where you access the present moment without being attached to the past or anxious about the future. When you are truly present, your thoughts and emotions quiet down, and your mind opens up to the field of infinite possibilities. You begin to see that the now is the only moment where you have the power to create. And by experiencing this state of presence, you make room for new emotions like peace, gratitude, and love, which support the creation of a new reality. Another essential component in becoming the creator of your reality is the practice of visualization. Science has already shown that the mind does not distinguish between a real experience and one imagined with emotion and detail. When you visualize the future you want with clarity, creating the image and feeling the emotions associated with it, your brain and body react as if you're already living that reality. This process activates new neural networks and biochemical responses in the body, initiating a new identity. When you create this image in your mind, you're literally shaping the reality you wish to experience. Visualization is a powerful tool, but it must be practiced with intention and emotion. Simply imagining something superficially won't bring about the deep changes we want. You need to see, hear, feel, and experience what it would be like to live that new reality. How would it feel to achieve your goals? What impact would it have on your life? By cultivating these feelings and emotions, you are reprogramming your mind and body for a new experience. The key here is consistency. The more you practice, the more real this new version of yourself becomes. It's important to remember that creating your own reality is a process that requires patience and discipline. It's a journey where you must constantly observe yourself, noticing when the old self tries to take control. Often it will appear as self-sabotaging thoughts, doubts, or limiting emotions, but by noticing these moments, you have the chance to choose a new response, to act from your new self, committed to creating a different life. And how do you act from the new self? First, develop self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. If you notice you're repeating an old pattern, stop, breathe, and choose a new thought. This is the first step to reprogramming the mind. Second, practice gratitude. It's a powerful emotion that raises your frequency and helps strengthen your connection to the desired future. When you give thanks, you're sending a message to the universe that you already have what you desire, creating resonance with this new reality. Creating your own reality is a continuous process of alignment between mind, body, and spirit. When these three are in harmony, you experience a state of coherence where your entire being is aligned with your desires. In this state, you feel peace, confidence, and flow. Challenges seem smaller because you understand they are part of the growth journey. Coherence is the peak of conscious creation, where everything in your life seems to work in alignment with your intention. For those ready to take the first step and free themselves from the old self, start with a simple daily commitment. Dedicate a few minutes each day to visualize living the life of your dreams, feeling gratitude for it, and practicing presence. Be willing to observe yourself and choose new responses each time the old self tries to appear. This commitment to yourself is what will permanently transform your reality. Remember that you are the creator of your own experience. God, the universe, or however you choose to call this higher power, is by your side, supporting every step of your journey. Everything you desire already exists in potential, waiting to manifest. The power to access this new reality is in your hands. So, why not start today?